Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This would be my part 2 of trying viral sunscreen, and in this video we are going to talk about 5 such sunscreen that are really popular nowadays, and you guys requested me a lot for like a quick short review of these sunscreens. So if you want to know the sunscreen and my thoughts on them, the filters they use, the price range, everything, then stay tuned. The first sunscreen we are going to talk about is the Dot & Key's Vitamin C Plus E Super Bright Sunscreen. This has an SPF rating of 50 and a PA rating of 3 pluses. In addition, it also claims to have blue light protection, which I am not sure of. It also claims to have triple vitamin C and no white cast, and it has something called as vitamin D receptors, which helps better absorption of vitamin D without that sun damage, which is a really great thing. So let's talk about the ingredient list. Now, because this is sunscreen, we are going to talk about the filters first. It has decent filter. It has octinoxate, avobenzone, benzophenone 3 and titanium dioxide. So basically it's a hybrid sunscreen. I saw in some comments that benzophenone 3 is a harmful ingredient. Yes, it is, but in a chemical formulation or in a cosmetic formulation, if it is used in right quantities, I don't personally hate benzophenone 3 at this point in my life, but maybe I might hate it later. But yeah, it has decent filters. And if you talk about some other ingredient, it has vitamin C in it, ascorbyl glucoside, a derivative of vitamin C, stable form of ascorbic acid or vitamin C. It also has beetroot extract, which is really great. Along with that, it also has cacao plum, blood orange, as well as skin-loving ingredients such as phospholipids. So this particular product is fragrance-free and it also has silicones. If you talk about the texture is super runny and it is really lightweight and it absorbs within seconds. It does has a little bit of white cast when you first initially apply it, but within 5 seconds it just disappears. And overall, it's a really great sunscreen for oily, sensitive, combination and even dry skin. If you talk about the packaging, it comes in a nice tube packaging, which is really travel friendly. Personally, my sister really loves it and she is going through her second bottle. I personally asked my sister that does it combat sweat and the overall wear and tear. She said it does. If you talk about the pricing, it costs something about 495 rupees for 50 ml, which is quite affordable, and I would give this about like 4 out of 5. And this sunscreen is tested. Coming on to the next sunscreen, which is the DECONSTRUCT lightweight gel sunscreen. It comes with a broad spectrum protection of SPF 55 plus and PA rating of 3 pluses. Comes in this nice black and white packaging and costs something about 349 rupees for 50 gram of product. Now they have essentially 3 filters, which is benzophenone 3, octinoxate and avobenzone, which is similar to the Dot & Key one, but it is truly a chemical sunscreen, doesn't have any kind of physical filters compared to this one, titanium dioxide in it. Along with that, it also has skin loving ingredients such as phospholipids and glycerin. Both are really great for your skin barrier, and this sunscreen is tested as well. Coming on to the texture, it does say it's a gel sunscreen, but it is, I would say, gel to cream based sunscreen. Initially when you apply it, you might feel it has a little bit of white cast, but after like 5 to 10 seconds it disappears. It has a cooling effect when you initially apply it, and it has a semi matte finish to your skin, but it doesn't take away all the glowy and dewiness from your skin, so it's a great thing. Oily to combination skin would really enjoy this particular sunscreen, but dry skin people would have to layer this particular sunscreen with a really good moisturizer. This particular product is fragrance and essential oil free, and it also has silicones in it. I've personally been using this particular sunscreen for over 2 weeks now, and I really like it. Doesn't have any kind of white cast, doesn't really stings my face, and doesn't really stings around the eye area. So I would give this a rating of 4 out of 5. And to be honest, I would really like DECONSTRUCT to bring some new gen filters into the sunscreen, but keeping the price range at this point, I believe it's truly a brilliant sunscreen and can cater to all skin types. Coming on to the next sunscreen in the list, which is this Try Moody sunscreen. Now I did a full dedicated video on Try Moody, and this particular sunscreen was in that video. Now this particular sunscreen from Try Moody is their vitamin C hydrating fluid sunscreen. Comes with a protection of SPF 50 and PA rating of 3 pluses, and the price range is something about 695 rupees for 50 ml, and comes in this nice mango kulfi like packaging, I believe. The packaging is really nice, but if you talk about the product itself, in the website, as I've mentioned in my whole Try Moody video, this particular product and this particular brand is a total gimmick. In the website, they do mention it is a physical or a mineral based sunscreen, but no physical filters are present in this particular sunscreen. Now if you talk about the ingredient list, it has chemical sunscreen filters such as octocrylene and avobenzone and titanium dioxide used as a colorant. So I won't really use the sunscreen because of the overall claims. It has ingredients like cacao plum and vitamin C, which is really great because it overall boosts the sunscreen power, and vitamin C and sunscreen are best friends and they go hand in hand, preparing and protecting your skin from the sun rays. If you talk about the texture, it is a really nice hydrating fluid sunscreen, true to its name, but it sometimes forms this kind of a lumpy texture which is not that great, and it doesn't have any kind of white cast, and it is a fairly decent sunscreen for all skin types, and texture wise it's a really great sunscreen. This particular sunscreen is also tested and it is not a fragrance free product. It does have silicones, and I would give this sunscreen an overall rating of 1 out of 5 because the claims are bad. The overall sunscreen is decent, but I don't really like the claims and the overall making a fool out of your customer kind of an approach. So yeah, I would give this a 1 out of 5 and I would really suggest you guys to try this sunscreen. Coming on to the next sunscreen, which is AQUALOGICA's Clear Plus Invisible Sunscreen, which comes with the SPF rating of 50 plus and PA rating of 3 pluses. Costs something about 549 rupees for 50 gram of product. Now this is an invisible sunscreen, so let's talk about the texture first. And the texture is truly transparent, like a clear aloe vera gel, and if you apply the adequate amount, it sometimes feels a little bit heavy, but overall the texture is really nice. No white cast, can be suited to combination to dry skin, but oily skin people might not really like it because it might make you sweat more, and it has a semi-dry finish, not truly dry, but yeah, it does dry out your skin a little bit if you don't layer that moisturizer, and overall the texture is decent, not to my liking. If you talk about the ingredient list, it does has an inclusion of salicylic acid and green tea, which is great, but I don't really see the point of adding salicylic acid in a sunscreen, so yeah, not that great. But green tea however is really great, calming and soothing for your skin. This particular sunscreen I'm really concerned about the filters because it does mention it has PA rating of 3 pluses. If you are not familiar with PA rating signifies the overall UVA protection, which doesn't have any kind of UVA filters in it. It has 3 filters, all of them are UVB filters. The Homosalate is a UVB filter but does only promotes like maybe 1 or 2 in the overall SPF category. So yeah, not that great filter. This particular sunscreen is tested as well, but I am not sure how the testing came out right because it doesn't have any kind of UVA filters in it. So either the testing is kind of a gimmicky or the ingredient list is not correctly uploaded in the website. But overall I would give this sunscreen -1 out of 5 because it doesn't have any kind of UVA filters, and UVA protection is really important than the UVB protection. So yeah, don't buy this product until and unless they either update their website or they include any kind of UVA filters in it. So yeah, texture wise it was pretty great, but filter wise I don't think so I'm going to use this product. Now save the best for the last. This is the sunscreen stick from Minimalist, which comes with the SPF rating of 50 plus and a PA rating of 4 pluses. It costs something about 799 rupees for 20 gram of product. A little bit expensive, but this sunscreen is made in Korea, so you get the best filters. Coming on to the filters itself, it has new gen filters like Juvenile A+, Juvenile T150 and obviously Tinosorb S. All of them are great filters. It has in total of 4 filters, I believe. All of them are really great, provides you the highest protection for both UVA and UVB rays. And if you talk about the texture, this is truly a neutral texture, doesn't really has any kind of finish to it. If you apply a dewy skincare, your skin will remain dewy. If you apply a matte skincare routine, then your skincare would be matte. It doesn't adds up to the overall texture or the overall finish of your skincare. The texture is really nice, doesn't really pills on your skin, and it is super velvety smooth, applies nicely, great for reapply, great for if you are outdoors and you want a fuss free sunscreen. And I really like to carry this when I am doing my nail extension, because if you are doing a nail extension, your overall hand skin is exposed to UV rays, that is the UV light, and you can touch up every time they are putting your hand under the light, so you get a better protection and you don't age. And the Minimalist one is also fragrance and essential oil free, and if you are concerned about silicones, it does have silicones in it. If you talk about the overall quality and the packaging and the filters, this particular sunscreen truly justifies the price. 5 out of 5 sunscreen. I would absolutely recommend this sunscreen to every single one of you guys. So yeah, these were my thoughts of these 5 sunscreen that I mentioned in this video. The overall quality and the packaging and the overall filters seems quite decent, except this one from AQUALOGICA. I'm not sure sure about the UVA protection as well as the Try Moody one. Their website description overall degrades the product. So let me know your thoughts about these sunscreen in the comment box below. Like this video if you like my content, share this video to any of your friends, and lastly subscribe to my channel, hit on the bell notification, and I will see you in the next video. So bye bye and take care.